Hello everybody and welcome. Cindy Daychuk here with Queen Bee Creations doing another quick Christmas craft. So for this one, what I have is a leftover wooden Christmas tree. Now last year, and you can go back, I'll post some of the videos so you can go and check them out. I did these and we did some stenciling on them, and I did joy and that kind of stuff, and I did them in kind of a triad, right? So I had 3 different shapes and sizes, all from scrap wood, and we did a class with them. I also took some of these and I decoupaged on them, so I've got a bunch of ways of doing these. This one is a little different because he's left over, and he's just a little lonesome. So the other thing that I did was I just recently thrifted this really ugly, mangled little Christmas tree. Now I could try and zhuzh him all up, but that's really not what I bought him for. I bought him for the branches because he's missing some, and zhuzhing him, I mean, he's a little bit more like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree more than anything else, right? He doesn't have all of his stuff together, and you'd be putting Christmas balls into the missing holes and spots. It just it just begs why. Let's just kind of use his pieces to make some other amazing things. So what I was thinking, if I can get my wire clippers to cut, some of these branches are really hefty little wire. So the idea here, and I'm not necessarily taking off those little balls, I'll see what they look like, and then we can go from there. I just have to make sure I cut these. And this is a weird Christmas tree because it's got some branches that are like this, that are quite nice. But then it's got some branches, let's see if I'm cutting one off, that are like this. They're completely different. They're not the same. So like I said, I think he was kind of makeshift to begin with. And he's not all that together. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we take this and we use a whack of hot glue and we start gluing these in place, and we turn this into a big green Christmas tree. Because why not? Why not? So this is where it goes to, sometimes like some of these ideas are just born out of stuff that you've just got lying around. You've got an old tired tree that doesn't really work for you anymore. You've got a board that's not really working for you anymore. Just start sticking them together. What kinds of things that have you got that you're kind of looking, going, okay, I need to zhuzh that up, or I need to change that out, or that doesn't work for me anymore, right? We all have decor that we get a little bit tired of, and rather than completely trashing it and starting over, save the trash, use it for new things. So I'm gonna finish gluing this row, and I'll come, these are kind of really puffy, and I need that glue to kind of dry in place. So there's a little bit more holding things together on this particular craft. But I'm just gonna keep doing some of the gluing, and I'll get maybe some more branches cut off. And then I'll come back at you when it's time for that, next row. So there's our first row. Once we got our first row done, now we're going to just start layering the next row kind of over top, but in between, kind of in between the grooves of the existing ones so that they don't lie exactly on top, just kind of in the alley between the two others. So I'm just going to continue gluing these in place. Let that cool just slightly while I get this one. And I'm just kind of using the pencil to kind of push those branches down into the glue while it's cooling so that it saves my fingers. So I'm going to start continuing on all the way up to the top. Okay, so that's gluing the last ones on. This went super fast. Now, I admit it went fast because these already had ornaments on, but you could do this without any embellishments. You could add little lights into it. You could add berries. I mean, really, you get to personalize it in whatever way makes sense to you. I have some gold ornaments. Oh my goodness. All right. I have some of these little ornaments. They're little stars from the dollar store. So I'm gonna pop the hanging ornament off of it, and we're gonna see about attaching it to the top. And there we have our very quick little Christmas tree. And again, you could take off these balls and you could add in little red apples or berries or some wire with lights on it. But taking an old form, you could just use a triangular piece of wood, right? So it doesn't have to be something fancy. It could stand flat on its own. But taking apart like an old tree, and what I will do for the holidays now is I will cut off the rest of those branches, put them in a bag, and put them off to the side for Christmas projects for next year. Let me know what you think, guys. I'm kind of looking at it, and I'm not necessarily sold on the balls, but I'm trying to do things that aren't just red and green because that's my preference. I like pine cones, and I like red, and so I'm trying to do something that's not red and green. So again, if you like the bling, then here you go. Let me know what you think, guys. Love to hear from you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.